I'm Nina, and today's 20-minute Pilates class is ideal for people who are new to Pilates and also inflexible like me. Let's begin today's class by rolling down on our backs or a soft surface and by placing our hands on the lower part of our rib cage and breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Breathe in through your nose and feel your rib cage expand into your hands, and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's straighten our legs out in front of us and point our toes. Feel a nice lengthening through our legs as if somebody's gently pulling on our feet. And then let's lift our right leg off the mat and then down. Lift our left leg and then down. Lift our right leg and then down. Lift our left leg and then down. Let's do 4 more. So right leg and down, left leg and down, right leg and down, and left leg and down. Let's raise our arms up to the ceiling, palms facing each other. Don't lock your arms, have a gentle bend in your arms, and let's take our right arm down towards the floor above our head and then back to centre. Take our left arm behind our head. Don't worry about not being able to touch the floor, just make sure that you keep your back implanted on the mat. Don't arch through your back by going too far back. So bring your left arm back to the mat. So take your right arm towards the floor and then back to centre. Take your left arm and then back to centre. Let's do 4 more. So right arm and then back to centre, left arm and then back to centre, right arm and then back to centre, and left arm and then back to centre. Let's combine the leg and the arm movements. So lift your right leg, take your left arm towards the floor above your head and then return both to centre. Lift your left leg, take your right arm above your head towards the floor and then return to centre. So right leg, left arm and then return to centre, left leg, right arm and then return to centre, right leg, left arm and then return to centre, left leg, right arm and return to centre. 1 more on each side, right leg, left arm, return to centre, and last one, left leg, right arm and return to centre. Let's now bring our right leg into tabletop where the knee is aligned with the hip, and let's just flex our foot and then point our toes. So flex our foot and point our toes. So flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. Let's do 2 more. And last one, flex and point. Return the right leg to the mat. Lift our left leg into tabletop where the knee is aligned with the hip and the leg is bent. And let's flex the foot and point. So flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point, flex and point. 2 more, flex and point and flex and point. Return our left leg down to the mat. This time bring the right leg to tabletop where your knee is aligned with your hip and your leg is bent, and then use your abdominals to pull your left leg up to tabletop. Make sure your core is engaged by gently pulling in your belly button. So imagine an invisible belt around your waist that you're gently pulling in. And then what we'll do is we will flex both feet and then point. So flex and point, flex and point and flex and point. Let's do 4 more. Flex and point, flex and point. 2 more. Flex and point, and last one. Flex and point. Let's return our feet down to the mat. Place our legs hip distance apart. Bring your heels in towards your bum so that you can tickle the back of your heels. Shoulders are down and back. Place your hands at the side, gently pressing your forearms into the mat, and then when we're ready we'll push up into a shoulder bridge. So push through your heels, squeeze your glutes and peel your back off the mat, and your weight of your back will be in your shoulders and not your neck. So your knees, hips and shoulders are aligned, squeezing your glutes, and then let's return down to the mat. So your upper spine will return first, followed by your mid spine and then your lower back, and then when you release, your spine will return to the neutral position. So from the neutral position, tilt your pelvis up, push through your heels, squeeze your glutes, imprint your lower spine into the mat, and then lift your lower back off the mat, your upper back up until your weight is in your shoulders and your knees, hips and shoulders are aligned. And now we're here, let's lift our right heel off the mat and down. Lift our left heel and down. So right heel and down, and left heel and down. Right heel down, left heel down. Let's do 4 more. So left and right, and last one, left and down. Keep squeezing your glutes and pushing through your heels, and then let's lift both heels up and down, up and down, up and down, and up and down. Let's do 4 more. Let's do 3 more. Let's do 2 more, and the last one. Let's raise our arms in the air, palms facing each other. Keep squeezing through your glutes, and now let's do some pulses where we drop the hips about 1 inch and then back up. So down and up. So down and squeeze your glutes back up. So down and up, down and up, down and up. Let's do 4, 3, 2 and 1. Push your glutes and your hips back up, and let's just scissor the arms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Let's place our arms down beside us, and let's return our back to the mat. Upper back first, followed by the mid back and the lower back, and then when we relax, our pelvis returns back to the neutral position. Let's put our knees together, keep our legs in the bent position, arms by our sides, and let's take our knees over to the right side, back to centre, and then take our knees over to the left side. This is a nice spine twist. So take our knees over to the right, bring them to centre, and take them over to the left. So we're using our abdominals here to bring our knees back to centre, to then take them to the right, and then use our abdominals to bring our knees back to centre. Take our knees over to the left, bring our knees back to centre. 1 more on each side, so over to the right, bring our knees back to centre, and then over to our left, and bring our knees back to centre. Let's now roll over onto our side. Place our head on our arm. Legs are bent to give us some stability. Engage your shoulders Make sure your hips are stacked on top of each other. Engage your core by gently pulling in your belly button. And then when we're ready, let's do some clams. So open the top leg and then close. So open the top leg and close. So open and close, open and close. Let's do 4 more and 3 more and 2 more and last one. Let's progress that move by opening the clam and then straightening our leg and pointing our toes, and then return and close. So open and lengthen, return and close. So open and lengthen, return and close. Open and lengthen, return and close. Let's do 2 more. Open and lengthen, return and close. And last one, open and lengthen, return and close. Let's now lift the top leg, push your hip away from you, keep your core engaged, feel as if somebody's gently pulling on your feet so that you feel a nice lengthening and down your leg. And when we're ready, let's just flex and point. So flex and point, flex and point, and flex and point. Let's do 4 more. Let's do 3 more. Let's do 2 more. And the last one. Bring our top leg down to the mat and let's push up and let's lie on our other side. So on, nice and straight on the mat. Rest your head on your arm. Legs are bent to give you some stability. Engage your core by gently pulling in your belly button. Shoulders are down and back and stacked on top of each other. Hips are stacked on top of each other. Arm is in front of us, and when we're ready, let's lift the top leg into a clam and close. So lift and close. Nice and controlled movements. So lift and close, lift and close, lift and close, and 2 more and last one. Let's progress that move by opening into the clam, then lifting our leg, pointing our toes, returning our leg and then close. So open and lift, point your toes, return and close. So open and lift, return and close, open and lift, return and close. Let's do 4 more. So open and lift, return and close. 2 more. Open and lift, return and close. And last one, open and lift, return and close. Let's now lift our leg, top leg. Push your hip away from you, point your toes as if somebody's gently pulling on your feet, and let's flex and point and flex and point and flex and point and flex and point. Let's do 3 more and 2 more and 1 more and last one. Return our top leg to the mat, and now let's roll over onto all fours. So while we're in all fours, our knees are aligned with our hips, our legs are hip distance apart, your shoulder, elbow and wrists are aligned, and let's engage our core by gently pulling in our belly button, and then let's arch our back so our tummy goes down to the mat, and lift our head to look up in front of us. Feel a nice stretch down your back, and then arch your back the opposite way and lift your spine up to the ceiling. and feel a nice stretch down your back. And then let's arch our back the other way and lift our head to look forward. Feel a nice stretch all the way down your back between your shoulder blades. And then push your back up to the sky and feel a nice stretch. And then let's return our spine to the neutral position where our back is straight. And let's push our right leg out and then return it back. Push our left leg out and then return it back. So push your right leg out and then return it back, and push your left leg out and then return it back. Let's now lift our right arm up towards our ear and then down to the mat. Lift your left arm up towards your ear and then down to the mat. So lift your right arm and then down to the mat, and lift your left arm and then down to the mat. This time let's combine those moves, so push your left leg out and lift your right arm and then return to the mat. Push your right leg out, lift your left arm and then return to the mat. Push your left leg out, lift your right arm and then return to the mat. And push your right leg out and you lift your left arm and then return to the mat. This time push your left leg out and lift your leg. Lift your right arm towards your ear and then let's pulse and pulse. So pulse and pulse. Let's do 4, 3, 2 and 1. Bring both your arms and your leg down to the mat and let's change sides. So push your right leg out, lift your leg, take your left arm towards your ear and then let's pulse and pulse and pulse and pulse, and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Return both arms down towards the mat. And this time let's do a leg lift. So your knees are aligned with your hips, your shoulders, elbows and wrists are all aligned. Engage your core, and then when you are ready, let's lift our knees off the mat. So push up and lift just a couple of inches and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. And return to the mat, and let's do one more of those to end today's class. So when you're ready, push up and hold your knees off the mat a couple of inches for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Return your knees to the mat, take your knees out wide, push your weight towards your bum, stretch your arms out in front of you or bent towards the side, whatever's comfortable for you. And let's do the child's pose, just to stretch out our back, our arms and our neck. And let's breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. Breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And then let's slowly push ourselves up and return back to the seated position that we started today's class in. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this 20-minute class for beginners, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.